Hi there, this is Diogo here. How do I take this out of the way? I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is Diogo here, and I am going to talk about frequency coordination of a festival. I've been doing coordination for festivals for a couple of years now, and I recently upped my game from coordinating with Workbench to using IAS. I bought a license. I'm really happy with it. Last festival 2 weeks ago was the first festival I used with IAS with, and I'm happy with the way things show up and how fast it is on giving me new frequencies in the morning when artists show up with gear which is not the one that appears on their riders. Anyway, so once I have a coordination in IAS, I'm still relying on Workbench to do monitoring. I try to rent or get the production to rent a spectrum analyzer from Shure, the Axion Spectrum Manager, and I have it running all the time doing spectrum scans, and it helps me seeing if people is on the frequencies I assigned them and that kind of thing. The problem is that now I'm not coordinating in Workbench, and I have to manually enter every single channel of frequency coordination from IS into Workbench, and I've been struggling to find a way to make it faster and easier for me, and this is what I figured out this weekend, and I decided to share it with you. So once you have a coordination in IAS, you can export it as a report, and I'm going to export it as a master list, and this shows up as a list of devices that our coordination appears in from frequency ordinated from lowest to highest frequency, and this is something that I copy from the browser where it shows up as an HTML file. This is something that I copy from the browser to Excel to being able to work with it a little bit better. So this is what comes up out of the coordination export, and this is how I have it in Excel, and this allows me to do stuff like I'm going to select all the frequencies now, and I'm going to do one thing, and I'm going to go in here and make it numbers, everything everywhere, and I'm going to put a series of identifiers here just for knowing how many frequencies I am coordinating, and this is a day of 127. I'm going to make a series here quickly from 1 to 127, and this builds me the numbers. And now in Excel it's pretty cool because now you can filter stuff and in and out, and just make it easier to work with or find stuff. For example, if I wanted now to say, hey, how many systems am I using on stage 1, and stage 1 systems would show up here, and this is stage 1, and I know I have here's the count, 55 frequencies on stage 1 today. But the point is that I don't want to do this now. What I want to do is I want to copy all the frequencies from this column into a text editor, because I need to do some arrangements with it. And this is my text editor of choice. It's called Notepad++ on Windows. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy these numbers. And why am I going to use these numbers for? Well, I'm going to use them to build a profile on Workbench. And profiles in Workbench, you can add frequencies. It can have specific frequencies or a frequency range, and I'm going to build a profile with specific frequencies, these frequencies. And the idea here is now I need to do some arrangements in this file. I'm going to take the point out of the equation because it doesn't need a point, and I'm going to substitute the new line by a comma, and this is going to add a comma everywhere there was a new line before. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put all these numbers in a single line because this is how the equipment profiles needs these numbers. And once I've done that, and I have this beautiful line of frequencies, I need to go to Workbench and look at profiles. So this is how profiles work. You go to Tools, Profiles, and I'm going to build a new profile on my festival manufacturer. And this profile is going to be the test profile, and it's going to be band all. And I'm going to go here to the tuning, and I'm going to say, no, you're going to be a specific frequency profile. And I'm going to say, oh, just for the sake of it, I'm going to add a frequency here. And I'm going to go to the next folder, and I'm going to say minus 500. And I'm going to, I don't know if I need to do this. What I'm definitely going to do is take this out, because we're not coordinating. You're not using Workbench to coordinate. I'm just using Workbench to monitor. So I don't care about the profile, intermodulation, spacing, all that. This is the profile I built. I'm going to save it. It's now a profile called test all, and I'm going to export it so you guys can see how does this profile look like. I'm going to open this file in my favorite text editor, and this is a profile. Profile is a text file with some formatting, and it says the manufacturer, the test, the model, and the band. It says where it starts the frequency, where it ends, and if it has a specific frequency list, it's over there. This is the only frequency we had, and if we come here to our array of frequencies, coordinated frequencies, and we put them here, you, instead of one frequency, have your full set of frequencies coordinated, of the coordinated frequencies in the profile. And I'm going to save this. This is all good. I'll go back to Workbench, and I'm going to look at the profile, and hey, it doesn't show up here. Why doesn't it? Well, because it's actually not there. Oops, we exported it, and this is how it went, and we have to import it back so that Workbench has it in its internal profiles database. And now here we go. This is the whole array of frequencies coordinated for today. And what am I going to do now? I'm going to add these devices. I'm going to add these frequencies to the inventory. Where are they? They're here. Nope, this is my real ones. This is the test. And how many of them am I going to add? And you might ask, so I need to know how many are there. 127. And where am I? Here. 127. So I'm going to try and add 127. You cannot. You can only add 100. So you add 100 first. Press it. Yeah. Now I'm going to add 27 more. You all good? They're all good. And now in these this equipment, actually, if you come here to the frequencies, it only has a frequency if you coordinate it, which is quite cool. Where do we go next? So as usual, if you coordinate it in Workbench, you build your inventory and you select your frequencies from inventory, you get them to your coordination workspace, and now here I have a full set of frequencies of systems trying to find a frequency. They have none. So if you just press calculate here, I don't know why it's doing this. It should show up everything, but when you press calculate here, it would calculate the frequencies for your whole array, and it should actually include them all. I'm gonna do it. Well, I'm gonna delete this. I might have messed up something doing this file, and I'm gonna, well, get rid of all these frequencies. I'm just gonna import the one I did this morning and the one I'm actually using for monitoring right now, and add new device, and it's called Festis. Here in Spain, we abbreviate the word festival to Festi, and this is my coordination of today. This is day 6 and version 3. Oh, how many were they? I don't know. Let's just add 100. And I'm going to add 24 more. I think they're 125, actually. close. And what's the deal? The same thing. So I'm gonna come here, select them all. And once you hit calculate, it finds 125 frequencies for you. And if you deploy them, it would deploy them. Oop, I think I messed up. I should have deployed them to Wireless Workbench. Deploy. Okay. And once you deploy them, well, they're then all set on your inventory. And then I would not have to enter the frequencies manual, but I would still have to go to my list and then say that, yeah, this 470, 175 is actually a frequency from stage, where am I? From stage 2. And this is what I would do. I'd go here and say stage 2. And what's the range of this? A1, A4. So it's a stage 2, A1 frequency. And then I would go to the next one. I would label them. And this is what I would end up with. So this is my actual coordination file. It's running on another machine. I have a Mac Mini. Oops. I have a Mac Mini. I have a Mac Mini scanning all the time, connected to the scanner all the time. And here I have did the same procedure as before, but now the frequencies are all set and they're labeled, and these color-coded, and red frequencies are stage 1, and the green stage 2, and stage 3 and stage 4, and some other stuff going around. And then this would allow me to have the frequencies marked in the frequency, how's it called, the spectrum analyzer, frequency plot, whatever. This would allow me to have the frequencies marked up and in a pretty cool fashion. That's why I love this spectrum analyzer integrated with Shure software. And this would allow me to see that if everybody is on their right spot, or if they're actually, if they did bypass my recommendations of using the frequencies I assigned to them, and I could try and find out where they are and see if they're having problems or anything. So this is it. I'm using IAS to coordinate. I'm still learning about it, and I still rely very much on Workbench for monitoring and small coordinations that are hooked up to wireless Shure gear. I would use Workbench for that, for sure, because I'm lazy. And but this is my process to get the frequencies out of IAS into Workbench for monitoring. Oh, this came out a bit long, but this is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this short demonstration, and that if you have any ideas on how to simplify this process of sending a frequency list from IAS into Workbench, I'm all ears. I'm very, very interested in knowing the way you guys do this in the field, in the festivals you coordinate for, and hope to see some of you guys around sometime soon in one of my festivals I coordinate with. Bye bye. Have a good one. Thank you. Cheers from Spain.